We know it. It's a Friday. It's a foodie Friday. Later today, after around 12:30, or excuse me, 11:34 or so, we're going to be doing our Foodie Friday segment where we like to talk about specific recipes that you, the listeners out there, submit to me, and I search through them and see which one I'm going to pick, and then we announce it during that time, and we talk about those really cool recipes that you might enjoy. So I've got another great one from our listener Greg today, and we'll talk about that later today. Of course, it is a Foodie Friday, so we like to talk about food, but we also like to discuss businesses and organizations who do provide food for those who are in need. And Food for Greater Elgin is a massive staple here in Elgin and around the Fox River Valley area that are helping folks who are in need. And let me tell you, there are a lot of really great businesses that are also working hand in hand with Food for Greater Elgin. And that's where this upcoming Pallet to Pallet event is coming back again this year. You can join them for Pallet to Pallet. This is coming up on Tuesday, March 31st, 2026 from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. at the center of Elgin at the beautiful Heritage Ballroom. And we are graced today by, of course, Emily Tyler and Erin Cady joining us again in studio to talk about it with us. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Absolutely. Thanks for
Yeah.
having us.
You're very welcome. So, for folks who are just tuning in, who maybe have never listened to WRMN, if you just want to do a little introduction of yourselves and what you do with Food for Greater Elgin.
Sure. I'm Emily, and I am the Director of Development with Food for Greater Elgin. So I raise money for the pantry and then also do a lot of community outreach and just being out and about, making sure people know about us.
Absolutely.
And then I'm Erin. I'm our development associate with Food for Greater Elgin. So I do a lot of the same. I'm kind of like Emily's right hand man. I help a lot with social media and then doing a lot of community outreach as well, putting together fundraisers and getting to know the community.
Awesome. That's great. And how long have you been doing this?
I have been there for, I think now I'm at 3 months, 3 or 4 months.
3 or 4
Maybe we
months?
might be coming up to.
Nice. Very nice. How long have you been with Food for Greater Elgin?
Almost 3 years.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So let's talk a little bit about Pallet to Pallet. This is event. Is this the second or third year?
It's actually probably the 10th or
Oh
11th
goodness.
year.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's really evolved over time.
Yeah.
It actually started soon after the pantry opened. I don't know an exact year, so if anybody out there does, please get in touch because we need to know. But it originally started similar to what the how it's structured now as kind of a mini Taste of Chicago, where we invite local restaurants to give tastes of their food. Um, and throughout the years, it has kind of shifted and evolved, especially during COVID.
Mhm.
You know, we had to go contactless. So we made, together with Elgin Public House and Cafe Roma, they helped us create gourmet food boxes that people could take home and cook. And then 1 or 2 years, it was an just a sit down dinner event at Elgin Public House. And then for the last 3 years, it's been back to kind of that original format of the mini Taste of Chicago style event.
Definitely. Now, it's really cool too, is people can expect, I mean, there's lots of different businesses that come together to join in with Pallet to Pallet. So how do you market to them, or how is it that they come to you to be a part of Pallet to Pallet?
So people kind of come around in a lot of different ways. For us, a lot of times, if there's connections with certain restaurants or we happen to know people who work with them, we're very connected to, our Elgin community. So we'll kind of get in contact and tell them about our event. And a lot of people just want to do it because they love Food for Greater Elgin. They love our mission and it's something that they want to be a part of in general. So a lot of times, yeah, it's just connecting with our friends, bringing them on board, and then just in different ways that we kind of market or connect with the community, other restaurants will hear about it, and they'll just, again, they're interested in the idea, and we're very lucky that we get so many people who want to do this and like our mission enough that they just want to be a part of it in general.
Awesome. Now, there for the businesses, it's all restaurants, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
people will get a little taste of each individual place to go to. You get to speak with the staff members, and then there's a wide range of different food to try from. Now, you told me too a little bit off the air that you've actually you have more people this year who are joining in, which
Yeah.
is great.
Yeah, last year we had 13 restaurants with us, and this year we're up to 19.
That's great.
So yeah, and that's just by word of mouth and us reaching out to restaurants. We had a few join that we didn't even know. They just contacted us, which was amazing, and so we're so grateful. I mean, we clearly cannot do this event without those restaurants. So I just want to give a huge shout out to all of our vendors, restaurants who are participating in Pallet to Pallet, because they give a lot to be there. They give their time, they give their food, they give their staff. It is an amazing gift from those restaurants. So we're really very grateful.
Definitely. And so many, each individual restaurant offers their own style, their own taste of something, right? Whether it's something that, well, especially too, they have their own stories. The stories of why they do what they do and why they sell what they sell. And especially when it's, a family business, or maybe it's a single owned business, you get to taste a little something of everything. And so the term palate to palate is really, if you can elaborate a little bit more on how that was kind of, what that really means.
Yeah, I mean, at our warehouse, we're basically a big warehouse, and we bring food in and we distribute food to our guests. And, food comes on pallets, so it's a kind of a play on words. So we're going from palate, the food, to palate, tasting the food, the palate of our mouths. So that's where the name comes from, that it's, kind of a warehouse to tasting type thing that we're
Warehouse
inviting.
to the people.
That's right. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
And that's cool too. I mean, there's a lot of different, when I went last year, there was a wide range of different options to choose from. So for folks who maybe like pasta food, there's pasta. For people who like enchiladas, you can get some of those. I mean, again, these are all businesses. Are they all stationed in Elgin, or are there ones that are even outside of Elgin a little bit too? Is it all more local?
Yeah, so it's for the most part pretty much local, but it expands outside of Elgin. So we have some businesses in Hoffman Estates, in West Dundee. We've got a few from Geneva this year.
Nice.
So we've expanded a little bit around Caden County, but for the most part, all a part of our greater Elgin community, we'll say.
That's awesome. What are some of your personal like favorites that you like when it comes to the food tastings? Because you got to come hungry, because
Yeah,
there's a wide
absolutely.
range.
We've heard people say, like, I ate before I came because I wasn't sure what it would be. And there's so much food. There's
Yes.
so much food. So.
That would be a regrettable decision. I'd
Yeah.
say don't eat for most of the day before you
Right,
come.
yeah.
In terms of favorites, that's really hard. We have a lot of great returning vendors, people who we've partnered with in the past. We've got El Patio, Be Unique, and Kubo Sushi, which are right around the corner from us. Elgin Public House. We've got Portillo's and Culver's in Elgin. So we've got a lot that, we've seen before. And then we've got a lot of great new ones as well, like Eastside Cafe in West Dundee. Down in Geneva, Mosaic Kitchen and Lake Cochon Wine and Bistro. So we've got a lot of interesting new stuff. So it's hard to say what my favorite is. I'm really interested to try a lot of stuff. They're sending us the recipes they're planning to incorporate, and it's very exciting.
That's
It'll
awesome.
be great.
Very good. Oh, I'm sorry. You were going to say?
Oh, I was just gonna say, one of my favorites that has become a favorite since we had them at Pallet to Pallet last year is Stewart's Cheesecake. They were a first time vendor last year, and since last year, I have purchased their cheesecakes a lot since then because I just loved them so much. And then also La Cosecha is one of my favorites as well, a local tamale shop, and they make their tamales, they make homemade tortillas, and I also learned of them last year at Pallet to Pallet. So those have become two of my favorites as well.
That's awesome. I know Stewart's Cheesecakes, I actually heard from when it was the downtown Elgin Market.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
interviewed them a couple of years ago, and then when I saw them at the Pallet to Pallet event last year, I was like, "Oh, I know these people. I got to get some cheesecakes." 'Cause
Yes.
it's always so good.
So good.
Yes, and I know they sell to a couple other places too. There's one kind of like a bar setting that they sell to. I think it's in St. Charles, I want to say. Or
Okay.
Crystal, I think it's Crystal Lake, maybe.
Okay.
I went there one time and I was like, they serve Stewart's cheesecakes here? That is so cool. So, I mean, there's a wide expansion that a lot of these businesses do too, but it especially brings people together and it goes for an even bigger cause. Tell us what that bigger cause is.
The bigger cause is feeding people. Food for Greater Elgin is a guest choice food pantry, which means that when people come to get food from us, they're given a grocery cart and they get to walk around as if they're in a grocery store and choose their food. And all of the money that is raised from Pallet to Pallet goes directly to that mission. Purchasing food and feeding people. That's what we do. We do food and we do it with dignity. We feed people with dignity and respect.
Absolutely. I love that. And I've talked about this before. When I was in high school, I volunteered for like a week at Food for
Yeah.
Greater Elgin. So I know what that's like. People come in, they have their carts. You get to talk to them. You get to help them, stock the shelves and everything. So, I was working behind the scenes there for even just a week. And I still remember it was back in 2014, 2015. So it's been a while, but I still remember it very well because it was a very memorable experience.
Yeah.
So
That's great. Thank you for being there.
Yeah.
We really can't, honestly, we cannot do what we do without volunteers. I always tell people that if all of our volunteers call off for a distribution, we would have to close for that day because that's how important they are to what we do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, are there still volunteer opportunities for this event if people might be interested?
Actually, we're full up on volunteers.
Yeah.
Okay,
They jumped at the
okay.
chance to help this year
That's
really
great,
quickly,
though.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
So we're full up for volunteers, but there's still tickets available.
Awesome. Yes, and you can get those tickets if you go to Food for Greater Elgin. You can get tickets. They're available. Let me pull up the website here so that people can see it if they're watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
And again, it's presented by Food for Greater Elgin, Pallet to Pallet 2026. You can check out sponsorships and tickets and even donating too. So people can also donate. They do have that share button on Facebook, so make sure you're sharing it to the folks so people know about it too. I have a feeling that, last year I know it was pretty packed. I think it's going to be even more so with especially more choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've kind of chained the setup a little bit this year so that we have a little more space because it was packed last year and adding more vendors and more attendees, we knew that would be an issue. So we've tried to work around that a bit this year and hopefully make some more space.
Very good.
Yeah.
Is there still, so you're all filled up now with the vendors, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So if people want to maybe schedule it for next year, they can go to your website, they can reach out to you. How would people be able to do that?
Absolutely. So yeah, send us an email. My email address is etyler@ffge.org. And we'd love to be in conversation about having you on next year.
I love it. And then, folks, if you're watching on YouTube, I got some pictures here that you can see. So you get a little taste of what to expect with some of the events. And then you also do have a drawing. So that's something cool too. Tell us a little bit about this drawing for people who don't know about it.
Yeah, so we've got a big raffle that we're doing. We've put together lots of amazing prizes, different baskets. We've ranged from skincare to different experiences around Elgin to things in Chicago to artwork to food. There's a whole slew of different things and we've had generously donated to us from a number of different organizations, sporting events, all that good stuff. So yeah, you'll be able to participate in that. Like I said, there's a lot of amazing things. So it's definitely worth putting your name in for.
Definitely. Yeah, there's a whole big table spread for folks who don't know, and it's got a lot of different things. Looking at, like, here's an example, like a picture if you're watching on YouTube. So they have one, last year they had one that was called Take Me Out to the Ball Game, and it was all ball game related things. Summer days ahead. I mean, they have wines, they've got fun little gift prizes, things like that too. And again, you get to check out those local businesses. Mama Lee's Gourmet Popcorn, really cool place to go to. All those different flavors. So definitely check it out. It is coming up, and you don't want to miss out on the opportunity, of course, to go, especially for a greater cause, too. Now, when it comes to sponsorships, people can sponsor the event. How can people go about doing so?
Yeah, so we like to bring in a lot of especially local businesses. If you're just interested in supporting our cause, you can go to our website and it's tiered sponsorships. So it starts at a level of, we call it bronze, and it's $500, and then it goes up from there. And again, all of that money just goes straight back to our operations, to getting people food. And it's just an opportunity. And then we bring in local businesses, and we'll get a chance to feature them in some way. Some of our sponsors this year include Mineralac, Brilliant Subaru, JBSS, Consumers Credit Union, St. Joseph's Hospital is joining us this year, Ball Horticultural, Elgin State Bank. We've got a whole slew. That's just to name a few. We've got lots and lots of people, a lot of amazing organizations that are joining us. So yeah, if you're interested, if you or your organization wants to partner with us or be a part of, this opportunity, we'd love to have you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and every sponsorship does come with tickets to the event.
Yes.
So
Nice.
every
Okay.
level comes with a certain number of tickets. So you also get to come to the event and taste all the great food.
Very, very good. And then, of course, I know that with the parking, how does that work out? Because I know when I went, I had to park I parked in the regular parking garage. So there should be plenty of space there, too. There's also parking right near the Heritage Ballroom, which is kind of in the main Edward Schock Parking Center. And then there's the surrounding areas, too. So
Yeah. I mean, the center is very easily accessible. So that's it's a great venue for that reason. Parking is easy to find either in the garage or lot or street parking. There's plenty to go around.
awesome. Very cool. We've got about roughly 4 minutes or so left. Was there anything else that you wanted to add to let people know about this event? I mean, again, this is an event dedicated to really empowering neighbors to keep food on the table. And they, of course, would love to see you out at the Pallet to Pallet event, too. You get to also mingle with other people, too.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
really
It's a
cool.
great networking opportunity.
Yeah.
Lots of key leaders in the community are there and supporting what we do. I will say that we feed about 150,000 people every
Wow.
year. So when you're supporting Food for Greater Elgin, you're helping do that. You're
Mhm.
feeding people, a lot of people. We have about 1,000 people that come through our pantry on a weekly basis.
That's awesome.
So when you come to help out with a distribution, you're helping feed about 500 people each time.
Mhm.
When you take the people that are shopping times the people that are in their household,
Mhm.
that adds up really fast. And so when you give $1 or 5 or 500, no matter what size you're gifting, it's making a huge impact.
Mhm.
We can make $10 um, turn into about $80 worth of groceries.
Wow.
So if
Great.
if you were to spend $10 at the grocery store, you just get $10 worth of food.
Mhm.
But if you give us $10, we can get $80 worth of food based on how we source food and where we get our food from. So
Mhm.
again, every dollar goes a long way.
Definitely. And then outside of the Pallet to Pallet event, do you have any other events that are coming up? Maybe things that you're going to be attending to or attending at different venues? Anything that else is coming up?
Yeah, we'll be around. We the summer is a very busy time for us.
Mhm.
We try to get to as many community events as possible. We also, as soon as Pallet to Pallet is over, we begin planning for our golf outing, which is
Okay.
this year, September 14th, the Monday after Labor Day. Chip In for Hunger is the name of that event. So we'll be looking for sponsorships again and raffle prizes and all of the things again as soon as we finish. When we finish one event, we move right on to the next.
I love that.
So
That's so cool. So, folks, check it out today. This is Pallet to Pallet. You can go to their website, foodforgreaterelgin.org is their website to go to. It's the first thing that really pops up. You can find it, Pallet to Pallet, be a sponsor or get those tickets. Oh, wait, let me slide over. There we go. And then you can go and you can get those tickets. You can also donate. It tells you with the location, the date and time. And again, if you do have any questions, feel free to contact Emily. That's etyler@ffge.org or the number followed on by up on the screen there too. So feel free to check that out. I know, of course, you also have a Facebook page, Food for Greater Elgin. You're updating the folks in the community very regularly. You do a lot of postings on there. So people want to keep up to date with that. Feel free, of course, to also check that out as well. Thank you so much for joining us today here on Out to Lunch. We greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Folks, we'll take a quick time out here and we'll be back with more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN AM 1410. So stay tuned and we'll be back with more in just a little bit.